In 2014, when I decided to attend Boise State, I knew there would be a multitude of restaurants to discover and try in the Boise area. However, I never thought I would find a suitable Mexican restaurant that could compete with the ones where I am from. In California, Mexican food is embedded into the culinary culture there. In my hometown, it is easy to spot 3 or 4 locally owned Mexican restaurants. Each of them were less than 5 minutes away from my house. These restaurants have their own take on Mexican food, as well as a completely different atmosphere. I assumed I would never find a good locally owned Mexican restaurant in Boise, Idaho. All I heard about Idaho was that they had potatoes, so I figured they would have a lot of good American cooking and barbecue, but not necessarily any good Mexican food. Luckily, I was wrong. During my freshman year at Boise State, I discovered the local chain of Mexican restaurants called Los Betos. Their massive burritos and generously portioned plates were thankfully very similar to my local restaurants in California. Going to Los Betos ended up making me less homesick because the food there reminded me of home. During my sophomore year, they moved into a different building just across the street from the one on Fairview, and I have been going to that location ever since. I honestly believe that if I did not find Los Betos in my freshman year, I would have been much more homesick, and I would have not been as happy during my first year away from home. Even today, when I miss my hometown, I will stop in and grab a burrito. I now highly recommend Los Betos to anyone who is trying to find great Mexican food in the Boise area. I thought the culinary culture of Mexican food would not exist in Idaho, but in fact it is alive and well.